You ever sit down and play a video game and just think, wow, this game is fun. I sure do hope I was going about 200 miles per hour. Hypermobility is like losing your firstborn at the supermarket. A lot of devs have a hard time trying to nail it down. It's enough to have a basic run and jump, or maybe, if you're lucky, a dash, but turn any of that up to 11 and suddenly you have way more problems that can't be fixed by just slapping a health penalty. Which is why I wanted to talk about a couple games that ended up on my radar, because man, not only am I in love with these games, but these games blow momentum out of the water so well they make me start breakdancing on the floor. During this year's Steam Summer Game Fest, I had the pleasure of playing a lot of indie game demos, one of which that really grabbed my attention was Killer Bean the Game. Yeah! Oh wait, there's no demo for it yet. Echo Point Nova was one of those demos, and even though its trailer is highly ambitious, I don't think I've seen any Titans or American professional skateboarder and actor Tony Hawk. It's still worth a look. Double jumping, sliding, the ground pound. Yeah, I definitely remember this from Titanfall 2. I could honestly say this is what I expected from a movement FPS. Everything seems pretty much in order, at least until you get the hoverboard. The hoverboard turns your movement up to 100. You move faster, you grind on walls, boost on slopes, and you can do a fucking kickflip. The average person might think, this should be enough to get you through the entire game. And then you get the fucking grappling hook. Because each arena is solely separated by floating islands that you need to maneuver between, both of these new mechanics synergize to create an intensely satisfying movement system. To get anywhere quick, you can grapple the ground and sling yourself forward. Even falling is just another opportunity to move quicker. With the scale and verticality, direct paths are more just a suggestion when grappling across entire islands is as simple as grapple, slingshot, hoverboard. By the way, I don't mean to gloss over the sledgehammer's mechanic of being able to break down walls. I just find it more impressive that breaking down walls was a central mechanic to another game made by the dev. To see it return as more of a supplemental tool, I just think that's really cool. The gunplay is okay. They work exactly as guns should. Not many big surprises here, but there's one major highlight. Find the option Allow Flipping in the settings. Enable it, and now you can... This isn't just a cool option tucked in the settings. Now you can shoot and pull off tricks while you're upside down. A similar game called Cluster Truck had this mechanic. You could freely move your camera up and down to flip, and I always imagined how cool it would be to have this implemented into an FPS, and yeah, it's about as cool as I imagined. I've only managed to play the content available in the demo, so here's hoping by the time this is uploaded, the guns or enemies get a makeover, because going through the floating islands and 80s retro platformers as a colorful space marine on a hoverboard while shooting run-of-the-mill army guys with weapons from the 21st century is enough tonal whiplash to kill a Victorian child. Anyway, speaking of games inspired by Titanfall, there's this really cool game I want to introduce you all to. Oh, shoot, sorry. I misspelled that. Hold on.
Flanking routes.
It wouldn't be a video about movement FPSs without Titanfall, so just like the campaign, I'll keep this short and sweet. Sliding generates momentum. Wall running also generates momentum. Combine the two, and you... Wait a minute! No! Wait! The minimal movement options are completely triumphed by the immense sense of scale in the game. One moment you're scaling this fake vertical suburban neighborhood, another you're getting thrown like a baseball by a giant robot. His name is BT7274, he and I go way back. You're still just some dude with a jump kit and a giant metal boyfriend. The sheer simplicity just makes it even more impressive you're allowed to do any of this. Now, I don't want to give myself any credit, but I also have a pretty good time on the leaderboard. See, I managed to beat E. Anderson, so I think my record's gonna stand for quite a while. The only thing that bothered me was, as much as I love BT,
please embark when ready.
I did not care for the Titans.
Whoa.
Did not care for them. Did not care for them.
Why? Do you not care for the Titans? I mean, you love BT.
It insists upon itself. I was having enough fun running on walls and gunning people down on my own, then suddenly I have BT holding his hand out, asking,
Cooper, I need you to get inside of me.
Oh, why did I write this? I prefer having my boots on the ground. I don't want to slow down because BT can't lift his legs to take a single step. BT! Don't get me wrong, the Titan fights are pretty cool. I appreciate the comms giving faces to my enemies.
Sorry, pilot. You're not going anywhere. I hope that's not all you've got.
But the bosses are absolute clowns. Who's this boss? I don't know. I shot him and he died. This one? No fucking clue, because she died even sooner. I think she's from Apex Legends. Okay, that's one more game covered. Echo Point, Titanfall. What's this game here? Get to the orange door. Jesus Christ, I hate when YouTubers do that. Get to the orange door. The objective is in the title. There's an orange door and you get to it. That's about it. Okay, there's more than that. I actually played the demo prior to touching the full game, and to say the demo is representative of the final product is about as right as saying your left hand substitutes for a meaningful relationship. Imagine my surprise when the build I was playing turned out to be 8 years old. This would have been a much different segment since so much has changed. When you boot up the game, it is visual fucking eye candy. The 80s neon aesthetic is so pretty to look at. It reminds me a lot of Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, you know, if it was good. Sliding, dashing, double jumps, and wall running are all present and accounted for, but when you actually start moving, you'll realize, well, you have the horsepower of a fighter jet. You pretty much have the tools you need to blitz from the start to the orange door before you even realize that you have this cool thing called a gun. Gunplay, by the way, fucking peak. Every gun works as it should, but some come with alternate firing modes. Some, like the pistol, just come with a burst fire. Hunting rifle has this weird bayonet jab, while guns like the revolver go from slow firing single action to fanning the hammer. A lot of these firing modes fundamentally change how you use these guns, or literally changes the gun, while others, like the auto pistol, you go from full auto to fuller auto. This isn't even a fraction of the full arsenal. Grapples, stims, jump kits, and explosives can all supplement your movement abilities. But in order to get access to the cool stuff, you need to take your time to kill enemies and explore. Kill stuff to earn money and keys to unlock more mobility, and eventually, when you die, you can unlock even more movement abilities. On one hand, I think the system is pretty great. It encourages players to work with what they have in the early game, so when they finally get their hands on the good shit like the grappling hook, oh god, god, it is so satisfying. On the other, I'm forced to stop just to root around trash and break into the trunks of cars like I live in California just so I can get the keys, shards, and ammo I need to survive the late game. Why not instead just reward me for finishing an arena fight with a set number of keys and ammo? When levels can be blitzed through so quickly, it doesn't feel necessary to slow the player down with chores, especially when finding keys can be so fucking boring. I don't know, all I have to say is vault waypoints should linger after opening them, bosses feel like bullet sponges, and this guy is about as terrifying as the Doom 2 chain gunner on Nightmare difficulty. To cut the devs some slack, that is pretty much it for the major criticisms. Everything else, the combat, gunplay, the animations, movement, it feels so well put together that I could honestly talk more about them, plus the difficulty, runes, the blessing and cursing systems, and I will, here you go. Right now, I'm finishing up this part of the script, so of course, the dev of Get to the Orange Door decides, hey, you know what I should do? I should rewrite the entire code for the movement of the game, plus completely overhaul how the AI, goals, and loot system functions to address all of my criticisms. I haven't been able to try any of the new changes because they aren't out yet, so whatever. Thank you, Mr. Andrew Low-Hanging Nut Smith, whatever your name is, for addressing every single one of my criticisms. But goddamn, who the fuck just decides to do this after you announce your game is done? All the footage I recorded is gonna be fucking useless. I don't even know what to say, like I put so much time Do I even have to pretend you've never heard of Ultrakill? Ultrakill has probably done as much for the movement shooter genre as Half-Life being responsible for Titanfall 2. There's a reason why games nowadays are taking a lot of inspiration from it. Kill yourself! Because everything about it works so fucking well. In terms of movement, Ultrakill is really unique. You've got all your basic movement techniques just sort of changed to suit the game. But what makes this game different is it just does not give a single fuck. Dashing gives you a brief moment of mobility, but jumping during your dash instantly gives you horizontal momentum, while sliding retains that momentum. Now get your hands on any of the explosive weapons and your movement goes up squared. Now get your hands on a rocket launcher and you can hop right on top of the rockets and use it like a fucking hoverboard. See this level? Well, I hope you got a good look at it because I've already finished it. Why? I don't know. But is it cool that the game lets me do this? Yeah, you might expect this to be horribly broken. And yeah, it kinda is. Which is why most of the levels revolve around room clearing. It's usually the first couple levels of a layer that really open things up to explore just to get you acquainted with the setting of each layer. And to be fair, a lot of them are really fucking pretty. It's just impressive that what are clearly unintended bugs have just become central mechanics to the game. I mean, what more can you expect from the game that allows you to punch your bullets to make them hit harder? Which is, again, another completely unintended mechanic. Look around the right places and you'll find secrets and areas you clearly shouldn't be. Bring me a sacrifice. Now, what's the worst that could happen? Look harder and you'll find even more movement text that just flat out break the game. Just don't look around too much or Gianni Machugrano will find you. There isn't a better game that defines unlimited movement and complete unfiltered freedom better than Ultrakill, and I will die on this hill. But then you get the grappling hook and it's like, whoa! And yeah, that's about all the games I wanted to cover, but trust me when I say there are plenty more movement shooters out there that I haven't had the time to touch up on. The genre is just brimming with amazing games, and at some point I'd love to revisit this topic just to talk about more of them. No, not you. But for now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna pursue my final passion of putting together my list of favorite first-person shooter movement fishing games. And luckily, I already have a few candidates. Ultrakill and Get to the Orange Door. Oh, Apex Legends also has a fishing minigame. Check it out. Okay, I know, I've been incredibly sporadic with the content I've been making. I think this is like the third time I've switched mascots for this channel in a year, but figured since I've been silent for a while and you've all been so incredibly patient with me, I should give some insight on what's been happening behind the scenes. So, started this video like around the beginning of my college semester. Believe it or not, but this is actually supposed to be my final. Never thought I'd have the opportunity to turn what I already love doing into a grade, but yeah, two birds, one stone, that sort of deal. I had very little free time to do my own stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love working on this video, but I literally have not been able to do anything other than this video and my classwork. I have had ideas floating around in my brain space since last month, not to mention this was really rushed. I didn't have as much time to really flesh out the script compared to what I did with Spider Breath, and it's really disappointing. I just want to make my own shit, man. But I've learned a lot, especially more about Premiere Pro and Blender, so that's exciting. I always wanted to pick up Blender, but those fucks couldn't make it more incomprehensible to understand this program, I swear. I actually watched a decent bit of my old content recently, most notably Spider Breath and Roblox Video the Video, and regardless of the problems that I have with both of them, just sitting down and like taking it in helped me realize the work I've put in for the last couple years. For a while, I actually thought I ruined my channel, what with all the flip-flopping between animation and gameplay, commentary, fucking Homestuck. It just always felt like I wanted to start over, create a new channel, and just go from there. But I talked to Teddy about it, this Steve, and he helped me realize that this is mine. My little corner of the internet, my corner that 13,000 people decided this is really cool, and I like it. And that's never actually dawned on me before. I never really took that into heart. I know deep down that I want to achieve something past this. I want to reach success, and who doesn't? I've spent the better part of 3 years on this channel just messing around and having fun, but deep down, I want this passion of mine to become more than just a hobby. I love making. It's pretty much second nature to me at this point, and I want you guys to be a part of that journey. A lot of you are just as attached to this channel as I am, and I've come to the conclusion that I'm not gonna go anywhere. College is gonna be a pain in the ass as usual, but I'm here, and I'll always be here. Well, that's enough of the sappy shit out of the way. I don't really know when my next video is coming out. I've sort of been looking into freelance on the side because I need to make something of myself, but I think at some point I'd like to touch back on the movement shooters again, just because I don't want to half-ass this project again. I don't want another deadline, because God knows, if I actually had the time, I think I really would have made something I would have been proud of. Anyway, watch Spider Breath, share it. I don't care if you haven't read Homestuck, please. The script for Spider Breath is so much better than this video. Please, 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 it hasn't even gotten 1K views in a year.